Alright, so how y'all doing boys? Hope you're doing well now. In today's video, finally getting to try out the level 100 festival DIANE, and honestly, this has got to be one of the most underrated units in the game. I mean, she's easily top 5 alongside this Demon Lord Rimuru. She is just so insanely powerful, and unfortunately, I don't have many ult levels in my red Tarmiel, so not the greatest association in the world, but she can still put in absolute work once she get maxed out. And using the new costume as well, I thought I'd have this as my favorite costume throughout my entire time playing DIANE, but I mean, hey, this Hawkshot one just hits different. But if you guys don't know what the DIANE does, her first card here, inflicts pulverized damage equal to 450% of attack on one enemy. If the hero's ultimate move gauge has 4 orbs or more, removes 1 orb from the enemy's ultimate move gauge. Her taunt card here assumes a stance for 3 turns, which increases HP related stats by 30% and taunts enemies. The ultimate, which unfortunately only have 2 6s, this is probably one of my worst festival banners of all time. Inflicts quell damage equal to 418% of attack on all enemies, then heals HP of all allies by 5% of damage dealt. And then last but not least, the passive, when taking damage from the enemy, increases the hero's damage dealt by 10% up to 50%, combines up to 500,000% of damage taken by skills and skill effects, then increases damage dealt by 20% of the accumulated amount, then decreases allies' damage taken by 40% whilst the stance is active. Once again, an insanely strong character. Jumping over to the gear here, we do have the HP defense set. Still a little bit more work that could be done to it, and then you guys saw the cosmetics before. They are completely maxed out, so this is the team we're going to be using today. Unfortunately, a little less CC because the Rimuru is on attack crit, and the bun is unfortunately missing just a bit of investment into him. The cosmetics aren't super crazy, and is of course missing the level 100, but yeah, let's jump right into it. And if you guys have this DIANE at level 100, I mean, it is a super good investment. What do we want to go for here? That's the old school goddess list. For some reason, my brain just, it's going to be really difficult because we aren't going to be able to do an awful lot once this second turn goes. If they get that attack disable chain going, we're just going to be stuck. So get as much ultimate gauge for DIANE as possible, get level 2 taunt, and I was hoping to maybe proc revive just shy of the, I mean, ideally I'd have this Rimuru on a HP defense set. Getting the extra HP is super good, and I don't know, I don't feel like they lose a crazy amount of damage. You still have all of that pierce rate, which is where you're getting the damage from, so really strong character. Let's see, doesn't look like they're going to be going for the, doesn't look like they're going for the attack disable. Anything that's difficult is our Rimuru cards aren't going to be proccing the Liz passive, so we could probably go this whole turn and not get anything for her. The buff removal on Rimuru just makes him easily one of the best units in the game. Let's go 1-2, and we will attack into you after that. Get the Murder on Elizabeth. I can see this being a very strong team though. Look at that. My oh my. Rimuru is so broken. And that's like level 1 cards as well. I have seen a couple people, yeah, have been leaking a new Chandler unit who's built pretty much identical to this Rimuru. I'm super glad to see that because, I mean, if you've missed out on this unit, it is so insanely strong. But to see they're actually giving us, I'm surprised we haven't gotten a unit identical to Kyo at this point. I thought maybe we would have gotten like a Berserker Meliodas, you know, when he's fighting Helbram in the festival. Something like that maybe with that same Ignite effect in the character, but hey, who knows. What have we got here? I might check the Liz procs in this next turn and we can maybe kill Rimuru. Well, look at DIANE still taking that so well. If we had any of her cards here, she could do crazy damage. Got his Rimuru ultimate. We are on 3. Yeah, unfortunately not worth going for that. Unfortunately, we don't have the Pierce buff either. Let's go 1-2. Man, are we going to die to his level 100 Rimuru here? I might go for this, why not? We'll show off Elizabeth just a little bit. She is, of course, the new flashy unit. Some crits here on these cards would be great. Actually, I didn't even think, we don't even get the attack buff until after the 6th card. Yeah, I misplayed that hard then, but we still ended up getting the kill on Rimuru. We'll get a heal as well, but we have the infect on us, so not like we're going to be getting anything from that. I mean, we still have DIANE on top. I pretty much believe in her. Oh, I thought he might have thrown out double king cards. I knew she was going to be able to survive those regardless. And that should just about finish off the king, and then we'll attack into Gotha. A pretty successful match, in all honesty. If only Elizabeth's passive accounted for Rimuru, this team would be broken. And at this point in the global version, the Demon Glitch is still a thing, so if you guys are still missing a couple of your level 100 units, would highly recommend doing that before it's gone. I thought by this week it would have been completely patched and whatnot, especially them having already patched it on the JP version. But hey, we get another week of it. I can pretty much assure you it's going to be patched in the next week. I'd love for it to not be, but that's just how things are going to be. I'd say this is a very scary team. We actually ended up using this in one of the previous videos and was honestly really impressed with it. Both the attack buffing from Gotha and King is very strong. However, if you don't let the Gotha get to max ultimate gauge and you can kind of stall out the team, you can do a pretty good job against it. I wonder if we can just take out King if we just go full send with these cards, because getting rid of that shield would be a huge win for us. Get us a whole bunch of ultimate gauge on the Rimmer. I know it's probably not the smartest idea, not giving the DIANE taunt right off the bat. But, I mean, Elizabeth will also get her heal in this next. So, not that it's going to stop a crazy amount, but getting rid of King is super good for us. Wonder who has the gold card as well. Please be kidding? No. Yeah, if that's an Elizabeth card, it's super scary because they're going to get max passive. In the next turn, if it's Gotha, Pulverized card could do a crazy amount of damage. And a level 3 Jack of Light could just about end us. I mean, actually, one of you guys mentioned that I had a level 3 Jack of Light card in one of my Gotha videos and didn't end up using it. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Let's see. Starting to use level 3, so I'm going to take it that's a Liz card, and we want Liz dead then. Oh, that is going to hurt. I mean, DIANE's still holding in there. Oh, the melee card as well. Let's see. We could go for DIANE ultimate, however. I feel like that's pretty risky. We could also use it for the ult control here against Elizabeth. Thinking that's going to be the play. Go 1 and 2. So yeah, holding onto this Rimmer card. Even then, this could be a goner for us. The second that Gotha gets max ult gauge as well, I think we're done for. Melee with that extra 25% is broken. Melee gets a crit with level 1 cards and still does upwards of 100,000 damage, which I know isn't super crazy, but once you get like 3-4 buffs on him, Men's really starts moving. Definitely gonna have to work on some of my backline units. I know I'm gonna get the Persecution of Zeldris done. Obviously gotta get the Ragnarok Barn. There's the level 3 single target. DIANE's still holding in well. If I'd read Tamio Grace, it would have been so much health back. Oh my god, she's still alive. Is that the end of the turn? Okay. The fact that DIANE took that extra melee card there is super helpful for us. And how many stats is our Liz looking on? If we could be close to it, that'd be really nice. 3. Yeah, let's go double Rimmer. We have the Pierce buff as well into level 2. That'll get us ultimate. Oh yeah, look at that. You think his team of Fess compares to Demon Lord Rimmer? This collaboration character? No way, bro. No way. Get him out of here. Got the Elizabeth ultimate. Do we end up getting the Rimmer ultimate as well? Because, I mean, I have Rimmer 5-6. That'll be an instant wipe on the Abyss. Yeah, bro's actually lost. I mean, he has a lot of buffs on melee. You could potentially bring this back. Get the Gotha ultimate, go for a single target, maybe one-tap one of my characters. Yeah, I also need to put a whole lot of investment into Barn. If I had a bit more money, I'd go ahead and buy some of those cosmetic upgrade bundles, but your boy's broke. Let's see, that'll max out. I'm so glad they made the Gotha buff as well, Greyer, otherwise it'd just be another character that Rimmer absolutely sauces. Is that a level 3? Ouch. Okay, Mans might actually stand a chance here. Blitzing Barn as well? Oh no. And it looks like your boy actually managed to come through with the dub. I was starting to have my doubts there, that's for sure, but Elizabeth should be able to finish off with this single target. I mean, I'm surprised at just how well his Gotha's managed to tank those attacks. Completely forgetting to put on my CC food, but we still managed to out CC, so thank God for that. What do we want to go for? Putting up the taunt is going to be a must. I feel like we might hold on to the DIANE cards until we get just a little bit more damage taken to it. That way we can get up her damage a bit. This is a team as well that'll do really well. Oh my, look at that. Man, this is... On today's episode is obsessing over Demon Lord Rimmer over how well of units they've been designed. The buff removal as a passive is enough to make a unit top tier. Literally, for the rest of Grand Cross history, they're going to have to make viable characters have great buffs. That's just how insane this unit is, and if they end up making this Chandler have the exact same kit, it's necessary. It makes sense as well that this kind of stuff has happened because, I mean, look at Melly. You have the character for like, what, 3-4 turns, and he's got like 20 different buffs on him. It was inevitable, pretty much. We just need to wait for the day where we get characters that cleanse every turn passively. That's going to be on another level. I might go for the AoE first. Hope that kills Meliodas. If not, we will go for this here. That way we also get the stat buff as well. I know I should have used the single target card, but hey, that's alright. We'll waste the Pierce card, and then we'll dish into Elizabeth as well. Man, we easily could have killed Liz with double Pierce there. The thing as well is, due to the fact that it is the Pierce card, you don't need to worry about different card levels not doing Like, they all do pretty much the same amount of damage. Granted, you are going to get a little bit more damage out of the level 3. It's whatever. Who would have thought 3 years in and we're finally gone back to a Pierce meta? Goth attacking DIANE there. I feel like we've got enough of her single target cards out that we can start dishing those into Gotha. Could probably kill off the Elizabeth as well if we really want to. How many cards have we got until we're maxed out on that Liz passive? Let's quickly check that. So we're only on 2, ouch. And that doesn't actually affect Rimuru because Rimuru isn't a Sin. I mean, Rimuru's got the stat buff, so maybe it does. Let's go for 1. Actually, do we just go full send? Why not? Go absolutely crazy with DIANE. Hopefully we can get a whole bunch of lifesteal, get her back up. That'll get us on what? That'll get us on 5 so we can get our max heal next turn. I probably should have used that level 2 card a little bit earlier. That's right, I had faith that the 2 level 1s would be able to finish them off there. And then Quell Ultimate. Man, this thing is so underwhelming at 2-6. I see 6-6 DIANEs get like this many stacks with the passive and just completely one tap and without trouble either. It would be like 1.5 million damage. But the difference is just so crazy. And it's not a hard ultimate to get damage with. As long as you have the taunt up, you should be fine. Let's see, 1. That'll still get the passive proc, won't it? So yeah, that'll get us to 6. And then I might as well just go for that there. See how much damage we can do. We get the extra 2 buffs from the taunt. Get the 15% from Elizabeth. Surely this one taps the 2 of them, right? Yeah, it's so underwhelming at 2-6. That's with all this extra support as well. And would like to apologize about the no face cam in this video. It is so goddamn late where I am, and I know I could turn on the lights, but there still isn't one facing towards me. Like, there's a whole bunch in the background, but I was looking back at the previous 2 videos and was like amazed at how much better the face cam looks with it being daytime, because most of the time I get home from work, it's very, very late, so I'm going to invest in kind of like one of these front-facing lights, just so it looks a little bit better. I feel like the later it gets, the quality in that really, really drops. A very scary team to come up against. I feel like Christmas Awaken Lilia, I'm not sure I'd still give her top 5 just because you kind of have to use her with Kyo. I know you can get away with it a whole lot easier using her alongside Jack of Light Gotha now because but there it is. That's one of the whole reasons why I can call this unit top 5. There's no point in me even using any of DIANE's cards now. Let's go double AoE into single target. Thank God we don't have any infects on us at the moment, otherwise we would be so dead. And then, oh actually, do we have the infect on us? Oh no, this is going terribly. Why are we dealing no damage as well? Does he have a Red King in the back? Surely not, right? Yeah, I think we've just lost this match. That was a crazy amount of CC as well. Really thinking about giving the Rimuru HP defense. I know Rimuru's kind of like highlight time has disappeared now, but just because I'm going to be using this unit oh so much. We'll see. If the Chandler does end up being a thing, and I've already got a HP defense set for Chandler, I'll just have to chunk a couple more anvils into it, but we got absolutely blitzed in this one. And it turns out he was only using the Persecutioner's Eldris in the back, which means all of that damage reduction was coming entirely from those ignites, which is broken. I know Margaret's in the field and can cleanse our infect, but I still feel like this is the play here. I know we're not getting a whole lot of use out of DIANE, but DIANE has beyond put in the work she's need to. The damage she's tanked in this video, and if I had a 6-6, she'd be even more absurd. I feel like my point still stands that she's top 5 units in the game. Her Trader Melee, Christmas Awaken Lilia maybe, Demon Lord Rimuru, those kind of units. I don't know if I'd put Elizabeth here yet. Granted, look, release a insanely powerful light type, or not even light type, just a really powerful Mael that's a frontline unit, and even maybe give the Archangels a proper backline support, and she becomes best unit in the game. It's that simple. Love to see the Summer Escanor as well. Yeah, not taunt, attack disable there. I mean, this does give us a turn to kind of rush DIANE ultimate. He doesn't have any ult control either. Oh damn, we got some real loading time here. 1, 2, and 3. I doubt the auto kill, but at least it's something to think about. It'll make our pulverized cards do a whole lot more damage, especially if they decide to attack into us. No way is that another attack disable. Okay, sweet, it's a rank up. Watch Escanor do no damage. Bro, no way can you call this unit top 10 still. They are a CC unit for like an association, or a backline support once again for extra CC, but bro can't crit. I know that's still decent damage against DIANE, but if he ain't critting, he's not doing damage. Let's see, how many stacks have you got? 1. Let's go 1, 2, and 3. Hopefully they can get rid of the Escanor there and once Margaret and Gotha on their own. We should be good to go. Oh, Yeah, look at that. Escanol's meant to be the DPS. DIANE's on HP defense putting out this damage. And look at that cut in. Oh, chef's kiss. And look at that, 500,000 damage at 2.6. Crazy. And there we go, that about does it for today's video. Really enjoyed using the level 100 DIANE. Would highly recommend doing that. It should definitely be one of your first characters, especially if you're using her for the demon raid, which if you have DIANE, you should be. I know there's a whole bunch of people with Arthur, and at this point on the Japanese version, I believe they've given him out for free at level 80 as well, as part of the, I think it's called like the hero growth event, kind of that thing that you get when you start off the game. They're giving off a whole bunch of raid characters, but that about does it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit the like button, subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.